litter was picked up from beaches in the southeast than anywhere else in England. That's according to a new survey by the Marine Conservation Society, which also found Kent's beaches to be some of the most littered in the country. This beach on the Isle of Sheppey is regularly cleaned by the council, and Ian Arnell has been working to make Sheerness's beaches cleaner for 6 years.
We're really lucky here at Swale because we've still got a council cleaning daily regime, and we do keep on top of a lot of the litter. We do a lot of voluntary beach cleans as well, and that's where we're seeing small bits of plastic. The plastic bag charge had a really good effect a couple of years ago, and we're seeing the consequences of that now. But we're still seeing cotton buds and wet wipes and small bits of plastic. You see the consequences when the beaches are not getting cleaned daily when you go around the country, and that's where the voluntary sector is stepping in, and unfortunately sometimes it's not enough.
But litter doesn't only have an effect on how beachgoers experience the seaside, it has a detrimental impact on much of the coast wildlife as well. For example, 2 years ago this whale washed up on one of Kent's beaches after it was believed it choked on a plastic bag. Walking along this beach here in Sheppey, what I've mostly found are small bits of plastic as well as food wrappers, which have either been left by people walking along the beach or washed up by the tide. But over the last year in Kent, more than 14,000 individual bits of rubbish have been picked up on its beaches. That's equivalent to more than 300 kilos. And during that period, the amount of rubbish picked from beaches in the southeast almost doubled.
When we get the northeasterlies coming from that direction, that's when we tend to get the big bits of wood coming. We could get anything from around the world, and it's quite interesting, but luckily it doesn't happen every week. But when it does, it's all hands to deck at that time to get everything off. We can get anything, a lot of stuff off ships when they chuck stuff off. So that's something else that will need to be addressed in the future is what the ships are chucking in the water, because it just ends up on our beaches, unfortunately.
The worst beaches in Kent when it comes to the number of bin bags of litter collected this year are Deal, Shakespeare Beach and Walden Bay. More widely across the UK, beach litter has risen by 10%, something the Marine Conservation Society says is worrying. And in light of this research, the charity is now calling on the government to put a levy on single-use items such as straws, cups and plastic cutlery. This is Louisa Britton for KMTV.